Zaizi, who are we? Zaizi are a specialist consultancy and systems integrator using best-of-breed technology to deliver smart content solutions. And when I say smart content solutions, we actually specialise in looking at how information is used and maximised within an organisation. So, right from creation, how do you get that information in? How do you manage that information? Give accessibility to that content to people within your organisation and externally. A lot of what we do is around semantically enriching information. So for a lot of the guys that are here today, we're talking about varnish. It's how does the information that you're producing, how can you get that out to your end user, out to your consumers in the most efficient way possible? When they're searching, when they're looking for information, how do you ensure that it's your piece of content that's getting there instead of your competitors? Zaizi are considered to be a leading authority in open source solutions within the information lifecycle domain. So we have a lot of expertise and understanding within that industry. And we're being used by governments, by financial institutions to provide advice and direction on how they should manage their information, how do they maximise the use of their information throughout that, their global business. We are partners with some of the world-leading open source technology companies such as Varnish, Alfresco, Crafter. So we're looking at partnering with organisations that allow us to provide this excellence. So we have the expertise and we're using the best-of-breed technologies in order to provide these solutions to our own customers. We're a global organisation. We are headquartered in the UK and we have a key skill base in the UK. We also have offices in Spain, in Seville, a huge development resource down there, and also in Sri Lanka and Singapore, where we're managing and supporting some of the world's largest financial institutions and helping them again manage information. And they're trusting Zaizi to do that on a global scale. We were recently mentioned in the Tech Bible, Wired, as one of the young, great technology companies of our time, due to the innovation and the solutions that we're providing, the way that we're coming up with new ways of using various pieces of technology, putting them together to offer some fantastic solutions to these organisations. Some of the companies that have joined us on our merry way, you see there's some very, very big names there, the likes of Eurostar, Net-a-Porter for the e-retailers, and a number of financial institutions as well. So we are focused on content-centric or information lifecycle solutions. So really looking at this from end to end. How do you capture information through intelligent capture, converting from paper to digital? What process does that go through? What workflows, etc. How do you manage that information? Who can see that information? Who can't? And then once that information has been finalised, how do we actually push that out to the end user? How do we maximise the potential use and profitability of that information that's been created? We are used more often than we would like by our technology partners to rescue failing projects. Our expertise and understanding within this life cycle, within this domain, means that we kind of shipped in to make sure that the projects that these guys invest a lot of time and effort into are successful, where other organisations may be steering them in the wrong direction or just unfortunately haven't got the industry know-how to deliver. So we really are regarded as the experts within this domain. Every member of Zaizi is an expert within their field. They've come from various industries such as finance, government, retail, etc. The reason that they're expensive to employ, but we employ these experts from within these fields because it gives us a much greater understanding of how those specific industries use their content. So it's not necessarily how is that content managed, but how do they use that content within that industry? How do they share it? Who sees it? You know, where does it need to go? So getting an understanding of how these industries are using information within their specific domain is very important. It's very important to the overall solution and obviously the success of that solution as well. As I mentioned, we use the best-of-breed technologies. Our expertise is actually going in and understanding the business from the offset. So what is it you're trying to achieve? How are you trying to enhance your business? How are you trying to get that information out to your customers. And through the use of varnish, semantic enrichment through our partner company Redlink, through Crafter, some various other best-of-breed technologies, we're able to provide solutions which are specifically tailored to those industry sectors, making sure that the information, the way that the information is tagged, the way that the information is presented to the customer, fed to the customer, is exactly what that customer needs and exactly what the industry is trying to achieve in the way it presents that. All of the solutions that we develop are future-proof. We adhere to open standards, and we will use open source technology above and beyond proprietary technology. More and more we're seeing, specifically within government and finance, that the exit costs are becoming a real contributing factor to taking on new technology. I think where proprietary vendors have burnt these organisations so much in the past, and it's cost huge amounts of money to get their information out of the systems they're already in, it's a real contributing factor looking at how do we, in 5 years' time, once technology has moved on, once there is a new set of solutions out there, how do we port our core business into that new offering? And Zaizi is all about looking at how can we enable the business to move forward without not restricting the way that the proprietary models are doing at the moment. Because it's a service-based model, we're there to support you. We are, everything we do is effectively based on our service. If we do not provide that service, you will move to another vendor, you will move to another supplier. Because it's open source technology and open standards, you're not locked in. So therefore, you're having to get the best out of us. And we are the best, so we're producing the best of the best of the best. But it's ensuring that you guys are getting the maximum amount of service from the supplier.